Guess what? You have the confidence inside of you already to achieve any musical goal that you want, including auditioning. So, how do you hone your confidence? Well, my friend, that is with the Confident Musician's Audition Guide. This guide is to get you from the practice room to on the stage for your auditions. We talk about everything, including planning your practice, that's in Chapter 1, working with accompanists in Chapter 3, getting into the zone at auditions, that's in Chapter 5. Chapter 2 is all about mental practice, setting up mock auditions, and basically everything about mock auditions in Chapter 4, and auditioners, which is scattered throughout the whole guide, and a load more. Seriously, this 43-page guide is my baby. I have poured my heart and soul into this to make sure it is exactly what you need for your auditions. So whether you are just about to go into your auditions, thinking about how you are going to start auditioning, or just curious about how auditioning works, this guide is for you. Let's be honest, the auditioning process might be a short process, but the effects of it can be life-changing. So invest in you, and let's make this the audition season of confidence. Let's get you auditioning with confidence. Check out the show notes for the link to your copy, or visit confidentmusicianing.com. It's not just the actual playing in the session, it's your brain's recovery afterwards. Hello and welcome to the Confident Musicianing Podcast. My name is Eleanor and I am a British American oboist studying at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland. Literally my dream school. And it took me a long way to get there. I applied and auditioned for 12 schools in 3 different countries. It was a lot of hard work. But oh my gosh, so worth it. I want you to have the confidence to work hard in achieving your goals. So come with me as we go on this journey together. So sit down, pull up a chair, take a seat, or if you're on the go, welcome to the Confident Musicianing Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Confident Musicianing Podcast. Thank you for being here. It's so exciting that we can spend this time together and just have a chat, have a little hangout. It's all great. So at this point, term has ended at university. I am studying oboe at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland. I am a first year and the first term of the year has ended. And oh my gosh, it is so exciting and so amazing. And right now I am in this mode of rest, of relaxation. I mean, I am doing a lot of exciting things. But you know, I'm focusing on reflection and all of this stuff in terms of the break that I'm on. I'm currently on winter break from term, and it's very interesting to go back and to reflect on term. I spent a lot of time studying, a lot of time practicing. I really enjoyed my classes. I hung out with friends. I made new friends. You know, when I started this course, I knew no one basically, and now I know a lot of people. So it's just very, very, very exciting. And oboe-wise, it's really inspiring personally because I recently posted a reel on my Instagram that shows 2 months of oboe progress from October to December. And to be honest, I remember thinking about, okay, what am I going to post? You know, when I'm planning my posts, etc. I'm like, what am I going to post? And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I did this kind of, you know, progress reel? But what I didn't realize was how much progress I had made and how much I didn't realize that I had made that progress. And so creating that reel was really an exciting and special experience for me because I didn't realize just how much work I had put in oboe-wise. So this term has been full of work, full of growth, of learning, all this stuff. And I don't know about you, maybe you are in school, maybe you're also at university, maybe you're not, I don't know, but I'm sure that you can reflect back on these past months for you as well. But the thing about that and about my oboe progress is that I recently had a lesson with my teacher and we were talking about Christmas break, we were talking about winter break, and my teacher said something that I was kind of shocked about. He said, I want you to take the whole week of Christmas off from oboe. The entire week, like Monday to Sunday off. And I remember being like, what? What are you talking about? What? And he was like, it will be good for you taking that week. And today, as of recording this podcast episode, that week is next week. By the time you're hearing it, it is this week. And I am a bit nervous. I am a bit nervous to talk about, to do this, because I know that resting is good. I have taken breaks before, but it's always a bit nerve-wracking. But I'm very excited to take a break. I feel like I need a break. I feel like I'm just a wee bit burnt out, to be honest. So I am excited to take a break. But with this, it made me realize that I want to talk to you about rest and relaxation and how we can take breaks, the art of resting from your instrument. Because I find it so interesting, and I'm sure I will do an episode of my thoughts about, the break that I did take after next week. But it's something that I want to just chat about. So today we are going to talk about ways we can relax, things that we can think about when we are relaxing and just taking a break from our instruments. Because I don't know about you, if you are taking a break, this winter break, when this episode comes out, it will be Christmas week, the week of Christmas. I don't know if you're taking that week off. If you're not, I don't know. But let's dive into some ways to relax and how we can relax. So the first thing is, it is okay to struggle to relax. I think that this is a very good thing to start off with. I struggled to relax. When my teacher was like, you are going to take a week off, I was a bit gobsmacked, to be honest. I was a bit like, what? What am I going to do with all my time? I don't know. So when I do relax, I often busy myself with other things. Literally yesterday I was looking at online courses that I could take about like other things during next week, because I'm like, I'm gonna have time, I want to learn new things. And I think that that's a good thing in some respects, but also if I busy myself too much with other things, then is it actually relaxing, or is it just me doing other things? That's just something to maybe ponder and think about. So I am still working through my relaxation journey, and I think that is okay. I am a workaholic. I have so many projects, so many exciting things. My work with confident musicianing gives me so much joy. My oboe practice gives me so much joy. So sometimes it is a bit hard to take a break from that. And I think that whatever you are working on, whether it is university work, whether it is a project, even just like your instrument, so practicing your instrument, that is okay to take a break from, and also it's okay to struggle with the rest, because sometimes resting is difficult if we're just used to go, you know what I mean? So giving yourself some grace to figure out how you can relax is okay. Just experiment. It's a trial and error thing, right? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, and we're all still learning how to do things. I feel like a lot of the time we have so much pressure to be perfect at music, so then we put pressure to be perfect at resting as well. And I think it's okay to struggle with both sides, with music and resting. And it's okay to find out how you want to rest the most. So the next thing is understanding that rest is part of the process. Okay, I have to tell you something. I have to tell you something super duper duper interesting and exciting. So I am currently preparing for technical exams. There's technical exams in term 2. I have to do Farling studies, I have to do excerpts, I have to do scales, all these things. And I'm thinking, what is the most effective way for me to practice so that next week when I have my practice break, I don't really lose things? And it's quite interesting. I think it's different for everyone. but I have been using a lot of mental practice. And if you don't know what mental practice is, I will put in the show notes an episode about mental practice. It's a really great way to practice, but it kind of makes you take a break from the instrument. You're still practicing, but you're not practicing with the instrument. And I have been incorporating mental practice with my, regular practice. And it has really been helping me understand the excerpts faster and get to know them better and play them better. So if that's something you're interested in, the idea of mental practice, the episode is in the show notes, so please do check that out. But understanding that rest is part of the process. Now mental practice is a rest from actually playing your instrument, but it's not a full rest from practicing. But it's a really good example of resting certain things is really, really, really helpful for your process, for your progress. Resting is productive. I think that is so, so, so important to say. Yeah, it's so important. I was recently in a masterclass with Armand Gicolot, and Armand said something that was so, so, so helpful. It was an oboe masterclass. It was amazing. I played Schumann's Third Oboe Romance, and it was really interesting something that Armand said. He said that getting better, and I might misquote this, but the gist of it was, getting better is not just about the practice, but it's about the recovery after. The progress comes from the recovery after your practice. And I remember sitting there in this auditorium in this theater and being like, oh my gosh, Armand just dropped a bomb of wisdom and knowledge, and I literally just I got out a notebook and I just wrote it down because I knew that was going to be so helpful for me in my practice. Because rest is part of the process, right? Progress comes from the rest afterwards. It's not just the actual playing in the session. It's your brain's recovery afterwards. And so I think that is something that is important to remember as well, because I think that is something that is so, so, so helpful in terms of our understanding of rest. Rest is important. And to be honest, in that masterclass, it was a bit mind-blowing. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so good to know. The last thing I think is important to talk about today is I challenge you to find the things that give you joy in this period of rest. Whether you are about to rest or maybe you're thinking about it, what are you going to do in that rest? That is something that I struggle with when we were talking about the first thing, struggling of what are you going to do in your resting, in your relaxation? And to be honest, maybe not scrolling all day on your phone is a good idea. We are all victims of this, I feel. We all get into this habit of just mindlessly scrolling or watching things or, whatever. And that, to be honest, is really not a great way to rest. It really isn't. So I challenge you after this episode, or maybe just now, or get a notebook if you want to write this down, but just come up with a list of things that you enjoyed doing. And if you haven't done hobbies recently, because I know as musicians sometimes we get so busy, especially around this time. If you haven't done hobbies recently, I challenge you to get a notebook or just put it in your notes app, or maybe just in your head. Think about a few things that you enjoyed doing that have nothing to do with music. So for me, that is learning languages. I love learning languages. Literally give me a grammar chart. I'm all excited about that. That is the best thing. I know that's so niche. I also love knitting. I love sewing, hand sewing. I have a thing for hand sewing historical garments, learning about costume history. That has absolutely nothing to do with music. But it's a hobby of mine. It's really, really, really fun for me. So think about something that you enjoy doing, whether that is maybe going for a walk or knitting as well. Maybe you like reading. Maybe you like cooking. I love cooking. Maybe you want to bake something. Maybe you haven't baked something in a while, or just even just tidy the house, tidy your room, whatever it is, make your space organized, if that's something that you want to do as well, that is a great form of rest. Things that bring you joy, seriously, it can be so, like, I don't want to say mundane, but like so, like, just chill. But it can bring you so much joy and be so exciting for you. And I think that that is so important when we rest, to be mindful of how we're resting, whether that is, you know, reading, or maybe you just need to sleep. Maybe you're like, I'm so tired, I just need to sleep. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe you haven't been outside enough recently and you want to go outside. All of these things to maybe not get you to scroll or just sit on a screen, because that is something that will not help any of us. So I challenge you to just think about it. Just think about what you're gonna do. What did you enjoy, for instance, as a child? I think that this is an exciting thing to think about. Before you had responsibilities, maybe before you had homework, before you had all these things, what did you enjoy doing? And that can really help us, even though it seems like childish almost, being like, well, when I was a child, I enjoyed different things than what I enjoy now. But I think starting on that basis of what did I enjoy, and then that can maybe come up with more ideas as to what you might enjoy now. So I invite you to give it a go into thinking what you want to do. Because for me, in the next week, it's Christmas. We're going to do Christmas. But I think I'm also going to do some language learning. I'm definitely going to knit. I have a project that's almost ready, almost done, and I want to finish it. I am going to be cooking things, be baking things, going for walks, all of these things to just refill my cup, because that can be so helpful. All right? Let's do a bit of a recap. The first thing is understanding that struggling to relax is okay. It is, in fact, okay. The second thing is rest is a part of the process. Rest is a part of the process. This is a good thing. Practicing all day, every day, only does so much. The resting after can be so helpful for your progress as well. And the last thing is, I challenge you to think about the things that help you find joy, so that when you are resting, you have things that you want to do. So whether that is reading or baking or going for a walk, etc. Things that will help rejuvenate your mind and fill your cup, rather than sitting and endlessly scrolling like social media. So those are some ideas for you. I hope that you have a lovely, restful holiday season, whatever that looks like to you. For me, my Christmas looks a little different because now I live in the UK, and I'm, it's just a different vibe. It's just a different thing. And I'm excited to bring old traditions that I've had and combine them with new traditions as well. So I'm really excited about this. And I hope that you have a lovely, lovely, lovely holiday season. That is about it for this episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It has been lovely. If you want more from me, if you want some more content, some more time to hang out, then you can join my email list, where I send out lots of fun, cozy emails about music and lots of resources, and it's just a good vibe. It's a good time. So if that's something that you're into, then please do click the link in the show notes to sign up. And I hope that this episode was good. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I wish you a lovely, lovely, lovely holiday season and lots of rest and relaxation for the next year. All right, take care. Bye.